What's up? Hope you are doing great. It's early in the morning. I got my coffee. I even got the baby monitor with me in case my child wakes up. Hey, this is real life right here. But today I'm going to be sharing a few quick tips on how to go from an idea in your head to more of a produced, a demo that you can like show people, and a demo that actually helps you get to a completed song. And so let's jump right in. So tip number one for going from thought from just a thought that might sound good to actually putting pen to paper, as I call it, is remove as many roadblocks as possible. And what I mean by that is um, used to one of the roadblocks I had was I was producing in my room, and I wasn't always the cleanest person. And so what I would have to do is I would have to make sure that like everything is clean, my room is spotless, my desk is spotless, and then I could start working and actually, get into, producing, whether it be whether I'm, working on a new demo, working on an idea I already had, whatever it is. But what I found was that I would spend so much time prepping and getting ready. By the time that I actually sat down to do it, a lot of my creative energy was, and a lot of my energy in general was just spent, you know, getting ready to do the thing. And so remove as many roadblocks as you can, whether it be like, hey, I got to do this before I can set my computer down. you know for me, what that looks like now is I have like three switches that I have to turn on, and then I'm ready to go. you know the biggest roadblock I have is getting my hard drive and my charger from my book bag and onto my desk, and that has massively improved my ability to like be quick, like, oh, I got an idea, let me grab that stuff real quick and get it tracked, or let me grab that sound real quick and get it tracked. Because time is of the essence, like speed is of the essence a lot of times when you have an idea, because as soon as you get that idea, you're feeling like you're excited about it, you're ready to get going. And so it really is a massive help when you can go quickly from just idea to getting it down in logic. For me, another example is like these stay here. Over time I invested in some key stations that I could bring with me, and then some that I could leave here. And like the cables that go to those stay with that keyboard and stay here. And so that has massively improved my ability to just be able to walk in the door into the studio and plug my computer in, plug the USB-C cable for this dongle in, and start tracking, start recording. So that's number one. Remove any roadblocks, any barriers to starting that you can, because that the quicker you can get the idea out while you're excited about it, the better. And then number two is build yourself a great template. Okay, this one was also huge, all right, massive, in helping me actually get good demos in a timely manner. Okay, build yourself a template. You have sounds that you love. You have, a way of producing that's like your sound. And so stick all those sounds, all those samples, all those, those presets, stick them all in a template. That way, that your template is your starting point every single time you go to produce. That way you can open it up and you immediately have a bank of a bunch of sounds that are already there. Okay, they're already there, ready for you to arm the tracks and start playing, or whatever it is. It's all right there, ready for you to go. That way you don't spend 10, 20, 30 minutes. We've all fell into the rabbit hole of like, oh, but I'm searching for the perfect sound. A lot of times when you're just getting your idea out, you don't want to be searching for the perfect sound. And so, early on, before I had a template, I was spending so much time searching for sounds that two things either happened. Number one, I didn't get anywhere because I was searching for sounds. Or number two, I settled with a really bad sound just for the time's sake to get it on paper. And then I would listen to the demo and I'd be like, man, this has got a lot of work still. This still needs a lot of help. And that's okay. It's a demo. It's okay for it to need a lot of help. But remember, we're talking about like, how do I get good demos fast? How do I take the idea in my head and get it tracked and to a usable product, an accurate representation of what I want the end product to be? How do I do that? And so one of the best ways is have a template that has a bunch of the sounds that you love, a bunch of the samples you love, maybe a drum kit that you love. So if you're not a drummer and you can't just, which most of us, like, we can't just start playing live drums in our room or in our studio like right off the bat. And so like have a MIDI drum kit in there that's really good. And my sample, or not my sample, and my template, I'll actually open it up real quick. I started doing this a few years ago, and for me, I actually bought like a worship template from somebody, and so the worship template, all it has in it is some electric guitar sounds, some percussion loops, a synth bass, a bass channel, an acoustic channel. It's got a couple different pianos, Rhodes, and then it's got some synths, and that's it. And it's literally just got a couple options for each of the instrument groups. And so it doesn't have to be elaborate. Like, this isn't crazy. Like, and even this is my original one, and even since then I have a bunch of stuff that I now just remember. And so like I need to update this. I actually need to update this and bring some stuff in. But man, you know what sounds you love, you know what sounds you're looking for, you know what sounds you need to make your sound. And so man, load that stuff in, and that will dramatically increase your ability to go from like just this idea to like, wow, this is actually decent. And more than this is actually decent, like this sounds like something me and our band would do with it. That would be potentially one of our finished products, okay? And so get a template, have some sounds that you love, all right? And invest in a good, organized, clean template. That way it can massively help you get to a good quality product faster. Number three is, if you're a vocalist, have a vocal chain that you can go in every time, okay? You just go add a track, all right, and whatever DAW you're using, and then you have a vocal chain that you can just import, okay? Everybody's got them, every DAW has them, to where you can import a vocal chain that has like a decent sound for you, okay? Once again, having stuff already predetermined will massively increase your ability to go from idea to pen and paper. So this kind of goes along with the last one of having a template. I was speaking more to having a production template on the last point, but this is specifically for vocalists. Like, have a vocal chain, and if you aren't like a producer or something and you just kind of track vocals, get whoever is producing your music to build you a vocal chain in your DAW and say, hey, send it to me, okay? Because they'll appreciate it. But then also, once again, it'll help you get a good quality sound, faster, quicker, okay? And then the fourth thing I'm going to talk about is more of a behind the scenes thing, like a prep work before you get the idea. But this is something that I learned from Gable Price. If you don't know who he is, he's just a music artist me and some of my buddies listen to. I believe he's based out of Redding, California, or at least he used to. But if you just look up Gable Price on Spotify, YouTube, all that, he'll come up. But I was doing a call with him one day, and one of the tips he gave me was, dude, you need to start he called it a lyrics dungeon. And I was like, what the heck is a lyrics dungeon? Okay, basically, it's just a note in your phone to where, you know, we all know we get ideas when we're not sitting here. That's why we're making this whole video of how do I take the idea, get it from my head to actually in here, in my DAW. And so basically he just has a note on his phone, and what I've started to do, I have a note on my phone. It's called the Lyrics Dungeon. I just copied exactly what he did and what he told me to do. And anytime I get an idea of a lyric, I'll take it, I'll put the date, I'll put today's date, I'll put the line, and then I'll put how many syllables it is. And basically all that does is help me when I get stuck, when I get, they call it writer's block, whatever you want to call it, writer's block, whatever it is, whenever I get stuck when I'm writing lyrics, I just scroll through that lyrics dungeon. I'm like, man, maybe I already had the answer for this thing that I'm trying to finish. Maybe God already gave me that when I was out driving or when I was shopping or whatever it may be. And that multiple times I've been able to finish a song because of that lyrics dungeon. And so you have great ideas, write them down. Don't trust your memory because you can't remember them. Write them down, and I even have an ideas dungeon in my voice memos of like, hey, here's all these voice memos of these random melody lines, or maybe the lyric is in the lyrics dungeon, and then I have the actual melody in the voice memos. And so I make sure I try to keep those like short, clean, concise, labeled well, like labeled my voice memos well. And like sometimes in the lyrics dungeon, if I have a voice memo with it, I'll either attach it or I'll say, go look at lyrics or voice memos and put the title and the date. And so all of those things massively help you like get the idea of like, hey man, maybe you're stuck on an idea. You're like, I just need one line. I just need a 6-syllable line. Bam. Go to the lyrics dungeon and scroll through. Okay? And so the point of all of these thoughts, all of these little tips today is to help you go from like, hey, I have this idea and it's really great and I want to get it down pen to paper really fast. And we want to have a good usable demo by the end of it, because a lot of times having a good demo will help you feel inspired to like, oh man, this is what this could be. This is what this song could be. And so the better demos we have, a lot of times, maybe the better our finishing rate is of like, hey, I'm actually going to finish this song instead of just let it die off into the wind. And then also, you just feel inspired. You feel excited to get after it. And so all of these things are like, trying to remove any barriers, and then having a lyrics dungeon, having a folder for voice memos, having a template, all of that helps you go from idea to actually getting the idea into your DAW faster. And so let me know if this was helpful at all. Let me know if you liked this. I hope it was. These are just some things that I was thinking about the other day that I noticed that massively helped me actually get way better at doing this in a timely manner and not just wasting time. And so, yeah, let me know if it helps, or if you have any helpful tips or tricks, drop them down in the comments. That way other people can and me, that way we can learn from you. And so I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to, like, subscribe, all the things, all the stuff. So have a great day. I'll see you guys next time.